worked out. Should, in theory, be fine. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Let me post the link and try all of this again. Holding on. I will never give up. Well, I'm not quite sure if I will. Will I start out of phalanx? I'll try to do some other colossi as well. Though a lot of it will be phalanx as well. Is the sound on? Looks good, okay. Looks fantastic. What do I wanna... Let me try some Phaedra for a moment, just to warm up a little. Oops, wrong direction. Well, the lineup wasn't correct anyway. Man. It feels like on the TV there's a slight delay. It's kind of strange because sometimes it just drops inputs. Like I'm doing the side input, it doesn't seem to go through fast enough. But oh well. Oh, this time I was just slow, to be fair, on the setup. This is getting a bit silly. I'm supposed to be way better than at that, even without the even without perfect inputs. This is very strange. Well, warm up after all, huh? Okay. I swear to God, I usually hit these. My God. It's usually like one of those things where once you start failing, you start overthinking and failing more. Okay, that was at least a launch. The lineup was just wrong because Wonder landed incorrectly. Okay, come on. Yeah. It's funny, it's just like with phalanx, because once I started doing the further IO runs off stream, I was actually hitting it more consistently. There's probably some weird psychological factor as well. Well, at least a launch, but not the one I wanted. I guess I can still do it though. Yeah, well. This time I definitely let go too late. This will probably be too late because the jump was off. I mean, to be fair, the launch itself just now was also more luck and skill because the lineup was a bit off. But yeah, that stumble back was also very fitting. Maybe I should go back to phalanx, because Phaedra isn't working as well as I want it to. Pablo, why are you like this? Why are you like this? Come on, man, do it better. Not quite. I'll try anyway. It's just a bit slower. Yeah, this new strat is very strange. Getting the jump up the neck in the correct way is just so intricate. And then getting the cycle steps is also not the easiest. Yeah, let's do something else here. This is not working, clearly. Yeah, I mean, maybe I can do some up jumps. Okay, this was very slow. I couldn't even interrupt the stab in time and just did 3 full ones. This is so sloppy. Wow, this is sloppy. Definitely in a very, very IL-like state. Jesus Christ. Well, all of this to show, I think, for phalanx it should suffice. Wouldn't that be funny after all of that bullshit? Just get a phalanx IL anyway. Because that's how it feels. More like a slot machine than an actual show of a big skill. Unless it keeps going like that. And I don't even know, man. But I still want to give it a proper chance. Well, it's too early of a jump. Too late, I'm not sure. Not a great one, either way. That was better. Oh man, come on. That ate an input just now. That just ate an input. I need a charger. Just 1 second. Okay. Got him. I'm back. There we go. This guy's also back. Full on in here. Like a pro. Let's go to somewhere else. No, it's I don't know. I'm trying my best here. This one isn't really worth continuing. No, just a little bit slow. Let's see, maybe I can still use the big boost I'm getting to get a worthwhile run. I don't think so though. This might just be a tad too slow. Yeah, okay. Colossus got faster. I can work with this. Just a little bit too fast, maybe even. This roll into the edge can work at an angle. Oh yeah. Nah, come on. This could have been something. I was just a bit too slow on the thingies. Till then he rolled around. But overall not too bad a try, I guess. The start was just a little slow, just a little tad slow. I can always hope with these late arrivals that I just randomly spam jump, because sometimes you can get a random boost, and if I were to get a random boost when all of a sudden the run would be record pace, because this is all this run is, it's the equivalent of like I don't know, gambling. It's just getting enough runs that are on pace to eventually get a very lucky boost of those wings, and then I don't even need any skill to finalize it, just enough luck to get past those hurdles and a fast enough run with one lucky boost, and that's record. I had like a couple before, unfortunately it wasn't quite enough or something stupid happened, but there's quite a way to get boosted off those wings in a way that propels you almost directly to a sigil if you're lucky. And if that were to happen on a decent pace without much delay, you can get to the sigil so quickly. Now, if you get there before that shake, do a stab and get shaken out of the first shake, we're looking at like sub 58 for sure. If not even faster, because usually only get there a lot later. So that's kind of a hope. At least for me. I could probably do it fair and square as well, by like a 1/10 or so, but eventually, well, if I beat the record, I'd like to beat it by at least a little bit more than a few frames. Though a few frames would be sufficient, I wouldn't complain. It would be funny and fine. I'd even not tie it, but honestly even a tie would be sufficient in a way. That's a decently fast one. I'll try to avoid the roll here, just to, the stumble. This is usually decently fast. Yeah, well. Of course a face plant is always not something I want to say, but it happens way too often. It's funny, even the record has a face plant, which is honestly cringe. But the way this run works, it doesn't even matter too much. You can stab without hand equipped. You can face plant. Doesn't matter as long as your rest of the run is decently lucky. Which is what I'm kind of hoping for. Decently fast run into a lucky boost. It can happen at any moment, that's the way I have to look at it. And I think my overall, almost, I've been better at getting onto phalanx quicker. A lot better, in fact. Colossus, but I mean they're over there. I don't really feel like fetching them, so. To be fair, not like I need a lot of precision with this kind of run. It might be the least horrible grind of all the NTAs right now. That's slow. No, that's slow. Okay. That's not even worth continuing. Not being as miserable right now though, which is better. I'm so relaxed. I think maybe I'll get a few shots at the record at least today. It's all about the mindset. The mindset is quite important. I had like a couple 59s or so. No 58 yet, which is kinda sad, but only a matter of time, honestly. I did it at the wrong angle. That couldn't have worked. Let's see for how long I can go today. Not really feeling full energy right now, which isn't necessarily a requirement for this Ricky, to be fair. Putting it attempts. Large number of. I had a decent amount of times where I had fairly fast runs, so that's something to try and do. Yeah, that was solid enough. Not the fastest, but fast enough. Man, come on. This is like a kind of run. Like, if he didn't stumble there or fall over, but instead I got like a small jump of that thing. Sometimes you get gigantic boosts there if you go at it at a weird angle. Like almost super jump like. He could have landed on the sigil. And while I'm not quite sure if I would have been fast enough, this would have been an attempt at least. A decent attempt at it. I gotta try to like start stabbing the sigil on the like farther away side, so after the roll I can try and weapon switch. I think that would be slightly faster and would make the run a little bit easier to execute. Since you kind of boost through that whole part. Like I always wonder, well no, I mean I need classic controls to actually perform the rollouts, but a double roll after a second sigil seems like it would be useful, though it's aesthetically very unpleasant to switch controls mid-run. Wouldn't be forbidden, it would just be ugly. There's a value in just keeping the controls you have. And those are like very, very small nitpicks. The double rollout, I'm not sure if that would be much faster. Like if right after. The question is if like I could even dodge roll into double roll. I don't think that would work. Because the weapon is equipped, so no. That wouldn't work unless I weapon switch, but at that point it becomes useless, so never mind. Okay, this is not even close. I wonder like, boing. Now I wonder if like rolling back onto those and jumping off of them could be fast. Might be a consideration. But at that point it becomes awkward to use the wings. That's fast. That's very fast. I'll avoid the thing. Okay, fine. Let's do a slow stab. Why not? Oh, thank you. Love that. come on, just grab a thing. It is slow. Just like a second too slow. Okay, sure. Wild stuff. It varies so much how far down or far up phalanx is. Somehow. Or I'm not even sure if it's like dependent on, it's probably dependent on the timing of the arrows. But you'd think it would be very little variance. I mean, to be fair, most of the time it's not that much of variance. But it can definitely go lower or higher. Oh, come on, just stab. Slow. You can always tell how fast you're going by the amount of boost you get. If you're going fast enough, you can basically only really get a boost where at an angle. Otherwise you're not making it. That could have worked if I just hold grab and get bumped up in a lucky way. But it wasn't quite fast enough. Sometimes I wonder if jumping off a horse directly into a jump step could work. I think the phalanx is low and you get to jump off just right, it could. But I wonder if it's worthwhile though. Maybe. Can't believe those arrows actually hit. That felt very suboptimal. That was good. That was very good. Face plant. The face plant. Who is it? Lovely. Faceplant is really annoying. It could have been a good run. Even with the faceplant, it's like I was late, but not even that late, you know. I landed very solidly on the sigil, which helps. It's important at which angle you go. Okay, sometimes you just dodge the corner there, which is a thing you can do, yeah. It's one of the things of all time. Yeah, come on, man. Stop messing with me. That's slow. That was good though. Always hoping for that big boost of energy there. Because this was like one of those attempts that never works unless you get lucky. Still worth going through, just to check. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten an attempt yet that was, well, a couple that were somewhat promising, but always dead by some other random factor. Which is why this is like, you know, people complain about Kuromori, but I feel like with Kuromori, if you're good enough, at least once you get the 1 out of 3, you get an attempt every time. Phalanx is very much dependent on so many little things going right, but it just doesn't feel as, yeah, I don't know. To be fair, Kuro has a lot of like those little factors as well. With the way your jump steps cancel it out, with the way Wonder gets out of those, if you hold on, if you get a chance to not get buried there, but no. At least the run looks cool. On the surface level, Phalanx is kinda cool looking, but it's very easy to execute comparatively. It has some barrier to entry, but once you're there, it's like, yeah, man. This was okay. Nope. This I hate going for that one. That was a tad bit too slow anyway. Just a moment to get up there. Okay. Nope. Nope. Not quite. Not quite. But that was better. That was better. That was like one of those things where it could have been, maybe. Unfortunately, that last jump was god awful. But all you need is that little bit of luck. By little bit I mean massive spike of luck. Just hoping for that one moment Wander just gets launched directly to the sigil. Like, you know, in Mario, when you do those LBOJs, and when you just get directly like boosted with infinite like speed directly towards that through a door to the entrance of the level or whatever. That's kind of what you need here. That's what I'd hope. Just like hit that wing, press jump once, and you hit a polygon at such an intensity that you just get propelled to the freaking sigil. This is the moment where I would just like be like, okay, that's enough. I'll take that, you know. Just get there so early that you get like a 56 point something, and that's good enough, right? That will be a run that won't be contested for millennia. And this possible, I know it is possible because some of the boosts I've gotten from those wings are absolutely disgusting. It's just whenever I got those, they were just a tad bit off in some kind of way. Ah, come on. Come on. I should have pressed grab there. Would have given me a chance to recover. Yeah, but right now with the sale feels less brutal than yesterday. It actually feels like kind of fresh. Which is the mindset you have to go in. You have to feel fresh for AOs to actually make sense, otherwise you just deteriorate into nothingness. Which is never good, because when things just become autopilot, and the autopilot isn't great at all. I mean, there's always some autopilot to some extent, but at least you have to be there enough to react whenever you actually get a good attempt. Haven't gotten anything quite promising yet, but it's a matter of time. Always a numbers game. If I keep my level at a decent level, I just need one lucky run, right? Just one lucky run. Just one lucky break. Just one breakthrough. No, man. Not quite. Not